I just want to make a video real fast. So I've been thinking about, like my studies. They tell me not to. Basically, they say that you can't tell somebody else. They're on their own journey, and you can't really interfere or kind of you can't really mess with their journey. And okay, I don't really know how recent. I think I don't know. Alan Watts seems like he's old, but anyway, my thing on that is people are being influenced anyway by the media, by whatever. We're all being influenced in one way or another. So it's like I can't sit back and keep my mouth shut because I'm instructed not to because the divine whatever. I don't believe that the television programming is part of the divine, and if it is, then definitely coming across my voice on your journey is part of it also. And there's nothing that says it can't be, So that's why I say what I gotta say, and people that travel down this road, they get murdered. People like Nipsey Hussle, R.I.P. Nipsey Hussle, he's one of the most motivational people, like-minded individuals that I've came across, and he's very inspirational. And at first it was weird to me that I wasn't familiar with his music while he was alive, and up until recently I got familiar with it, but then obviously I wasn't in the mindset that I am now, and also he was like, fuck the middleman. He did his own shit, so it wasn't like he wasn't gonna be someone I came across, you know what I mean? So, but R.I.P. Nipsey Hussle, but it's like people wanna, just fit in, people use social media, for multiple, different things, but some people use it to, market themselves. Some people use it to talk about bullshit. Some people use it to speak about material things and portray an image of somebody that, they're really not. Some people use it to, empower other people. Some people, some people use it for scams. There's so many different uses for this tool, and it's nothing different than the Bible. The Bible, I believe, right now, I want to say full-heartedly that the Bible, I do not believe in the Bible, and I do not recommend believing in the Bible, because here's my thing about the Bible, is the Bible tells you strictly not to ever consider yourself to be God, right? God is insecure, I guess, according to the Bible. But why would you want to believe in that? That is a limit right there. And that is my problem with the Bible. Because when you get in tune with life and you understand life and you see what life is, everything about life wants you to grow and be strong and powerful and mighty and loving, and that's what life is. So you understand this when you tune into life. So it's like, that's my problem with the Bible. I know wholeheartedly that it's not. Why would God create something or a person and then want them to be less than him? You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, I want you to do good, but not better than me. No. The better we do, the better everything in existence does. We're all part of one thing. We're all one creation, and there's only one source. So that means that we all came from one same place, right? I mean, I guess it's something we overlook because we know it. Even when I believed things the other way, I still understood that there was one source, but still I felt separate from everything. I felt like a chicken was a chicken, and I felt like a tree was just a tree. But I am the tree. I am the chicken. The chicken is me. The tree is me. Everything that exists is me, and I am it. Because there's only one source. We all came from the same exact thing. So how can we be different than it? How can we be separate from it? We can't. And that's what the thing is. And I believe the problem is in life is we're being made to believe that we are separate from everything. That we are, for one thing, that we are in danger. We're made to believe. And another thing too with the Bible is there's one thing for being grateful. I understand being grateful, but you have to understand that you don't have to see life as being grateful for the meal as if you would not survive without that meal, right? The very fact that you exist means that there's room for you on this planet and you will exist. Like, this is real shit. Like, it's not about an ego or, build whatever, this and that, disregard money. If you exist, you are meant to exist, and there is room for you to exist among this planet, period. So yes, show gratitude for your meals and stuff like that, but not from a place of lack. Not from, oh, thank God for this meal, or else I wouldn't have nothing to eat right now. No. You have to understand that we have the ability and the power to request things from the universe. We have the power to demand things from the universe. What is the universe? It's not prejudiced to us. We tune into it and get what we want. That's what we do. That's what life is. But that's the very reason the Bible, think about the Bible. Is it empowering to you? And you could quote a lot of things from the Bible, and yes, and they are empowering. Proverbs speak on a lot of, logical situations and things, laws of life, and they do. And there's nothing to say anything wrong with that. But when the bottom line boils down to that you not dare consider yourself to be powerful like the Almighty Lord God, there's something wrong with that. I have a problem with that. Because I know that I am God. And I am just as powerful, because the very power that is within him is me. I am a reflection of it. So there is no less than God. We are all equal, and we are all as mighty and as powerful as the Lord Jesus Christ that we believe in. Period. We are all the same in that manner. In that sense, we are not. It's all about the amount of energy and the belief we apply to whatever it is that we're talking about in regards to that freaking topic. You know what I mean? Like, we all have the very power to move mountains. Why would God create us to be less powerful than him? If you believe it went that way, and he creates each and every one of us individually, and he gives us all this and that. But why would he want to create us less than him? Why? Doesn't make sense. There's no reason for it, right? Because I know me. I see children that aren't even my children, and I want to see the best for them. I see people, young adults in these days, and I'm trying to give them guidance and speak, things that are really going to help them. So I want to see people do better than me, because the better everyone else does, the better we all do, right? The more people that are being successful and have money and are wealthy, that means the more money that is being circulated. That means that if you have some type of service to offer, that more likely there's going to be people with money. They're going to be able to, use your service. So it's like, we all operate as a whole. So you never want to see the next person down. It doesn't matter. There's enough for all of us. Period. There is. So we need to, for one thing, we need to start checking our beliefs. You know what I mean? If you were a believer of the Bible, there's most likely you were scared of this virus, right? And then we should ask ourselves a question about that. Is that okay? Do you feel that's right? Do you feel like as a human being, you should live in fear of a virus? Because some people don't. I swear to God, I haven't changed one pep in my step through this virus. I go to the same places, the same way I went, I've seen lines out the doors at a couple places, and I'm not going to stand in those lines right next to someone. If they tell me I can't be next to them inside the store, I'm not going to stand outside in the parking lot next to them. So, and that's okay. And my choice is not to go there that day. So, but other than that, I haven't, life is beautiful. You hear the birds chirping and the wind is blowing and everything is smooth, right? So we need to just understand, just take a step back. And I believe that this is going to be very beneficial. And this is going to be, like I say, I believe this is the best time in humanity to be alive. And I believe in better days. And I believe this is going to be the beginning of something new, So it's like the mindset that I have, I'm tuned in to, my source energy. The ideas that come to me and the impulses I get are, I request and declare myself receptive to, right? And so as a human, I still have things I have to apply to my life. I'm not perfect in no way, I can't sit here and try to look down. I'm speaking to myself also. I want people to understand that I'm not all high and mighty, I still have to apply the rules and I have to make the change myself too. But what I'm trying to tell you is it's worth getting in tune, right? Just take a stop. Just stop somewhere. If you could just stop and really just take a deep breath, take slow breaths and just slow everything down around you and feel your environment. Feel right that you will know there's nothing wrong. You will know, it's hard for me to really, share my energy through these type of messages. But these things I just can't ignore them. But all it would take is just a couple other people that just felt something is not right. You know, like there's got to be a way. You know, I shouldn't be living in fear. If anyone feels that way naturally, that there's something wrong with, you know, the way shit changed and the way we were made to react to that, you know, let's start talking. I'm not trying to brainwash you. I don't want to make you believe anything, because like I say, the people I study, I don't believe everything they say. You know what I mean? So we all have our own piece to this puzzle of life to offer, right? And it's so easy, it's so readily available to us that there is television programming. There are things that can occupy your mind enough to distract you from getting it. That's how easily available our purpose is to us. It wants us to be it, right? This is the truth. This isn't some crazy shit. This shit I speak on has not only been validated to me in life, but it's true scientifically. You know, like there are many studies done in regards to the relation to our brain and our body and our heart in making things happen, right? So if you're not educated on that yet, you know, there's a chance that the place you get your information from doesn't support those ideas, doesn't support that type of mindset. And so the fact, you know, the chances of you hearing what I'm saying now are rare, right? And you're going to continue to do, you know, live your life, and that's okay. And a lot of people, they live a successful, if you want, successful life, you know, with, you know, disposable money and all this and that. But a majority of the time, we find that those people don't really live a happy life, right? So that means they're doing it by default. You know, so that means that they're applying the rules, you know, which is good. And there's nothing wrong with it, but they're not getting they're doing it by default. They're not enjoying it. Because it's when you understand that life loves you and every moment is life, it becomes so beautiful, and you don't worry about tomorrow. You don't worry. You become the master of your fate. Really. You have to be receptive. You have to believe in it first, and then if you request it, life will show you. Life is always there, ready for you, just to look at it, man. I swear, if I could just meet people in person, you know, and people that wanted to believe, you know, because I can't teach someone that doesn't want to learn, you know, but I still speak the shit that comes to my mind, and I'm not gonna stop. I just grow, and as I grow, my messages grow. Sometimes I outgrow beliefs, you know, that I've had. You know, sometimes, you know, there's a chance that I may look back at this very video and see it from a different perspective, but I'm prepared to do that, right? But I know that this perspective now isn't a perspective I've always had, and I feel it's a good perspective to have for me and everybody. You know, if we're not talking about growth and positivity and you know, love, why are we talking? You know what I mean? So, like Nipsey Hussle said something like, you don't have an opinion until you know who you are. You know, like, I'm not gonna quote him, but it was something to that effect. Like, when you think about it, it's true, because if you don't even know who you are, whose opinion is it that you're giving, right? And the reason why I am so passionate about it, and it's been a long time coming for me, but it's so right there, like the happiness of all of it, the real purpose to it is right there. It's so. Look at the FedEx logo, for example. I don't know how many people of you know this. How many of you people know this? But if you look at the FedEx symbol, there is an arrow between the the E and the X, right? Yeah, and then there's a spoon in the E between the F and the D, right? And this has been there forever. And it just goes to show you that some things are right in front of your face. They always have been, and you just don't see them, right? So the opportunity, the big opportunity, the happiness, the positive aspect of everything is always right there for us. But we don't occupy our own thoughts. We don't control those. But it's time to change that, man. It's time to get in tune with life and understand that there's nothing trying to kill us. Life is dependent on us to survive. And if you really look at life, everything other than humans is in perfect harmony. Humans are the only ones that are, we're off balance right now, but that's okay. Because we will always, the good will always prevail. The dark can never turn off the light. Much love and God bless.